Yeah guys, in this video we are trying to understand the syntax, how we can get the data from an SQL Server table to our front end C#.NET. So we have only one record, so that's the reason let me insert few more records into this particular table, so that here you can also understand how can you insert multiple rows inside the table. That's also one thing you can easily understand. So insert into the table name employees, so values. Here I can pass some 103, some name. So by keeping a comma like this, you can insert multiple rows in an SQL Server. So in SQL Plus, whenever we are learning at initial stage, so that's not going to support such kind of syntax, but this will support. So if I execute, it is going to insert multiple records into the table at one shot. You can see 6 rows are affected. So now if I go to select star from employees, I can see 7 records because already we have one. Now you can see there are some 7 records are there. So the same table I just want to print in the front end. So now let's create the program. Yeah, so as of now the program will be same again. You are going to take an SQL command object. So command type will be text, command connection you will pass. Here the query will get changed. The query will be select star from employees. Guys, selecting data is two types here. One is connected approach. The second one is disconnected approach. So connected approach is a way, suppose you have 10,000 records, every time we are going to get one record at a time. So till the time it completes 10,000 records, you need to get connected till the ending of the last row. So your connection should be alive till you get all the records. Disconnected approach is going to be like this, where connection need to be alive only once. So at one shot it is going to get all the data. So after that, even though if you are disconnected with the SQL Server, still you are able to hold the data. That is what called disconnected approach. So connected approach can be possible with this execute reader, whatever I discussed in the I just mentioned in the previous video. So here we have SQL data adapter. There is a class like this. So this SQL data adapter can perform this disconnected approach. Now first we are going with connected approach by using SQL data reader. So execute reader is the method, but actually the class name is SQL data reader. Yeah, now you can see this. Connection open. So there is a class called SQL data reader. Some object name equal to new, sorry, not new, cmd dot, there is a method called execute reader. So this reader is going to read one record from this command cmd. So you should not close this connection till the time you complete this loop. So while dr.read, till the time this data reader can read all the records from this cmd, so this while loop will get helpful for us. So here you can print the data in this format. So dr of, either you can write 0 or else you can mention the column name also. So dr of particular serial number, dr of name, and all those, like that you can mention all the attributes. So dr of 1, dr of 2, like that you can get one record at a time. But make sure, so you should not close the connection till the time you complete this while loop, because this is a connected approach. So if in between, while repeating this while loop, if you lost your SQL Server connection, this program is going to get fail. That is the only difference you need to understand. So if I execute, you can see you are able to get all the records. Okay, so this is how we can use execute reader. Let me save this, then we can go with disconnected. SQL data reader. This is selection of data. This I will share you after the session. Okay, so this is the connected approach. Now let's see what is the disconnected approach. So there is a predefined class called SQL data adapter. SQL data adapter. So some DA is equal to new SQL data adapter of. So to this SQL data adapter, you should pass the command which you want to execute. Now you require a data table or a data set where to store the data that is coming from the adapter. Adapter cannot store anything. So you require some data table or a data set according to the requirement. So here I am taking a data table. Only with one line you can copy the data completely to a data table. DA data adapter dot fill method. So whatever the data that is coming through the data adapter, that we are going to save it in data table DT. That's it. So and guys, one more advantage of using the SQL data adapter is you no need to open the connection, you no need to close the connection also. So that is going to invoke the SQL connection automatically while we are executing. So here if you see this, if dt dot rows dot count greater than 0, if data table contains at least one row, then you can repeat this for each statement. I hope you remember yesterday we covered all these things. So data row dr in dt dot rows, one row will get copied to this particular dr. So by using that you can print the data here. So here you can write dt dot serial number, or dt of 0 or dt of serial number also you can write. Sorry guys, it is not dt, it is dr. Yeah, data row of 0, first column. So data row of second column, data row of the third column, like that. Otherwise if it is confusing, instead of 0 in double quotes you can mention that column names also. If I execute, I will get the same result, no doubt at all. So this is disconnected approach. You require SQL connection when it is executing this particular line. After that, even though if you are disconnected with SQL Server, there is no problem at all. So this is what called disconnected approach. So select SQL data adapter. So I hope these two are clear. So in case if you want to write a where condition, as it is you will write where serial number is equal to, again you will take @serial number. So here you can write cmd dot parameters dot add with value. So here you can pass some serial number. So here you can read some variable value, you can pass that value underscore serial number or something. So like that you can apply some where conditions also. So I hope it is clear. Now next, in the select statement itself we have a method called execute scalar, especially for aggregate functions in SQL like count, sum, minimum, maximum, average. For such kind of methods you can use this scalar. So now you can see this. So select count of star, how many rows are there, example. Okay, so then you have to open the connection and you have to close the connection. In between, one moment, yeah, in between this connection open and close, we should execute this query. So to execute this, since it's a scalar result it is going to give, so you can use execute scalar method. So this execute scalar, if you see, it is going to give you the data in an object format, but count of star will be a number, right? So here I am going to take the count equal to, then system is going to give an error. That is the reason you are going to explicitly convert that into an integer format. Okay, now what you will do, so here you are going to print on the screen like this, total rows. You can print this count. So especially for scalar properties like aggregate functions, count, min, max, average, sum, all these things, you can use this execute scalar. Total rows are 7. Suppose I just want to get what is the highest age, so then I can write max of age. So then here let me write like this result, then it is not going to be a problem. So elder person age, something like this. If I execute, I can see age is maximum of 32. Like the same, younger minimum I can take, average, like that you can perform any aggregate function. So once again I am repeating, for some, count, minimum, maximum, average functionalities, you can use this method execute scalar. So guys, once again I am summarizing. So execute non-query, especially we are going to use for DDL and DML queries, execute reader for select statement, execute scalar for aggregate functions. So this is how we can get the data from an SQL Server table to the C#.NET program. I hope it is clear to everyone. Thank you.